everyone, welcome to the VGM Lounge. It's me, Derek, and we've got an interesting episode here. I'm joined by, once again, two different co-hosts.
Two different co-hosts, but Derek, who are they?
Yeah, well, we've got you. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, it's me again, everyone. It's Matt.
And we have another guest returning from last episode. He's here again.
Because I'm very emotional. It's me, Dakota.
And today we decided...
Dakota, welcome back.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks,
welcome.
man.
Yeah,
It's been a while, guys.
Yeah, so today we've got, the episode starting with Dakota 2. Is it Admiration for Overlord the Harl? This song plays in the item world in Mystery Rooms, correct, Matt?
It plays in the... It's one of the options for the item world, but it also plays just in like a couple of the maps.
Yeah. So for this episode, we're thinking, last episode was pretty heavy, pretty emotional. Let's kind of just take a step back from all that. We're just going to do a free play. So, no theme, we don't have to stick by any certain sound, no certain game. We're just going to kind of just throw some random songs at you, kind of give you a look into just some interesting ones that we've heard.
Oh, yeah. I As you've told me, getting ready for this episode, Derek, people are going to be in for just a wild ride for our picks this time.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of songs that I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm going to get to play this one, but I've been looking forward to playing this, and we decided a free play would be a nice thing to kind of ease off of that heavy emotional episode. So that being said, as we said, the song we opened with is Dakota 2. Matt, that was your pick, so why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about it, and I'll just kind of let it replay in the background.
Alright, so I really enjoy the song because every time, typically whenever it pops up, it's typically when like Prennies are talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think it did its first appearance like probably after you do the fight with Etna.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Depending on how much item world you may have heard it before then.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, if you grind the item world like an insane madman. But for me, it's just a fun song because I mean, it's a callback to Laharl's theme.
Yeah.
But it's more chiptune, and obviously no lyrics, and it's a theme that I like to listen to just as like because to me it's like this is what would play if my life was a video game and I'm in a conversation with somebody.
I love
this is what goes through my head.
But, okay, I don't know if I can understand this going through a conversation. Would you get distracted, though, with this? Like, just thinking about it, like, oh, yeah.
I love it, though. It's a great one. And I love just, like, the playful sound of it. And as you mentioned, the kind of chiptune-y, very, like, electronic sound. It's very, like, NES sounding. But it's on a PS2, which just makes it all the more entertaining and, like, ill-fitting, and yet perfectly fitting for the Dakota series.
Oh, yes.
So, I think I'm gonna start this off with something I'm sure you've never heard, and probably most of our listeners have never heard. But I'm going to open up with a title screen for an NES game. The NES game I'm going to play it's just Pictionary, Matt. Pictionary for the NES.
You say I haven't heard this one.
If people are aware of Tim Follin, he's kind of very well known for making music that is better than the game. I say this because if you've heard the Silver Surfer Stage 1 music, that game is god awful, and that song just is amazing. And
which people haven't, they might want to keep their ears out for this episode.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna play Pictionary for the NES. This is gonna be the title screen, composed by Tim Follin. So, Matt, how about that?
I'd play Pictionary to that.
Right? Uh, I love this song because so many people hear this and they're like, good God, man, it's just Pictionary, calm down.
Also, can we just say, why do they make Pictionary for the NES?
I don't know. To my knowledge, it's not the best game, but that music, though, like, good God.
You've heard of Pictionary. Try to draw it and people guess. Well, now we'll take it to the next step. You don't like pen and paper? We'll do it digitally.
With Pictionary.
Get ready.
Yeah, so
By Nintendo.
this song, but by listening to it, you guys have heard the band Anamanaguchi, correct?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess Matt knows what I'm talking about, but they're a chiptune band as
Yeah.
well. So just listening to this made me think of them for a minute. I was like, why have they never done this?
I love just like this song doesn't have a steady beat. It just takes you on a journey, and there's so many parts where I'm like, oh, this part's good. This part's great. This part's good.
This song is good.
It's just crazy. I love that part. That this whole song is just. It's way too good for this game. Is the best way I can describe this song. Much like the Silver Surfer song.
Some sort of drug was consumed to make this song. Let's be 100% real.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Follin was. It's way too good sounding. It's like every time I hear it, I'm like, why is the song this good in a Pictionary game for the NES? It just takes you on a journey.
And I can hear it. I can hear the Silver Surfer in this.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't heard the Silver Surfer Stage 1 song, just go listen to it. I mean, the game is terrible, but the music in the game is incredible, and that's all thanks to Tim Follin. He, as I said, he is well known for making music that is better than the game. And I just felt like this was an appropriate way to start this free play because, and also I love that like ending. You think it's done? This is not. Just wow. But that was Pictionary for the NES. I hope you enjoyed that because we were all rocking out to that one.
There's so many good Tims in the world.
Tim Follin is definitely one of them.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess it's time for my pick now.
Yeah, Matt, follow that up.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, he's got Scrabble.
Damn.
You weren't ready for Scrabble.
Scrabble for the Super Nintendo.
I no doubt there is a Scrabble for Super Nintendo. I 100% believe there is.
No, it's
Oh
not.
my god.
It's not for the Super Nintendo. It's for the Super Famicom. Get it straight.
For the
Switch.
Game Gear.
For the Game Boyo.
So Matt, what you got for us?
All right, so my first pick for this episode is I'm going to the Game Boy Advance, and as a Godzilla fan,
I mean, you gotta.
I'm bringing out the game Godzilla Domination.
I love every time we play a song from this game.
You're in for a treat for this one. This theme is called. It's from one of the stages. It's a Meteor Z.
I don't remember this exact one, but I remember when we played this game, I was consistently like, this music's really good.
The music is off the charts good because again, like as I said when we played the game, it's not great game, but I love it because I'm a Godzilla fan.
Oh yeah.
And the music is what gets me through.
All right, let's show everyone what Meteor Z sounds like.
All right, so this is Meteor Z from Godzilla Domination for the Game Boy Advance by Jake Kaufman.
I really love that one, man. I love the kind of like metallic-y, the sound effect in there.
One of my favorite sound effects is I call it just the lightning bolt, just like the
Yeah.
like the open circuit.
So I've never played this game, nor have I never heard any of the songs from it. I love this.
Oh yeah, Matt. I believe you played a song from this on was it the battle episode?
No, I think it was the cities episode actually.
Yeah. And basically every time I hear this game, I'm like, God, this music, it's so good. But yeah, this. I like
Yeah,
how
did you hear it?
starts
It was the
I like how it kind of starts out like normally. You're like, okay, this is kind of whatever. This is fine. And then as soon as it hits
that
break,
build right there.
It's definitely like an outer space like type-esque theme going on.
Yeah,
And
meanwhile,
there's
you're
those
just
metallic
there.
tones I really like. That. I love just the way those.
There's just like a little 2D side scroller fighter game, and you're just like, what? I want to pause it because I just want to listen to music, but the music stops, and I'm just like, I have to continue.
Oh, it's the worst. While we were playing this on mute, Dakota was rocking out with some. He was like singing to it. He was living for this.
I was. Loved it.
I mean, it's a really good jam. I'll definitely bring some more tracks from it again.
Oh yeah, it's so. It's got like so much going on here. Also, I just want to say I love the cover. How Godzilla just punching Mechagodzilla right in the face.
Well, you know, that's the exact same cover art as Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the GameCube.
Oh yeah.
It's the exact same artwork, but only America has that box art.
Weird.
The Japanese, so the Japanese version when the game came out is when the same time when in the Millennium series Godzilla Tokyo SOS was coming out. And so to build off of that, the box art for the game was actually it was that Millennium Godzilla, Mothra, and Mechagodzilla 3, as known in that film as Kiryu.
Okay.
So it was like all three of them on the box art, and then like you also got like a special promotional like finger puppet of all three of them if you bought the game. And I'm just like, man, we got shafted on that.
Yeah. Apparently, we did not get nearly as cool of a thing for that one.
No, we didn't.
But at least we get this music.
There's even there's even graphical differences in both versions of the game, as I've stated in like our actual playthrough of the game.
Interesting. That was a delightful tune. Thank you for that one.
Oh, you're welcome, as always.
Now, I don't know how to follow that. So I think I'm just gonna play one of my favorite songs. Now, anyone who has listened to other video game podcasts, the song I'm gonna play for you is one of the most common ones, but it's one of my favorite ones. So just because it's played on other podcasts, part of me is like, well, I don't want to play it because it's one of the most played songs. But it's also just so good that I want to share it to anyone who hasn't heard it. The song I'm talking about it's from the game ActRaiser. Now, I love pretty much all the music in this game, but the one that sticks out to me the most is the song from the stage Fillmore. Part of the ActRaiser trilogy, and the games that are in this are ActRaiser, Illusion of Gaia, and Terranigma. But this song is composed by Yuzo Koshiro, and I just want to let this play, and I'll talk about why I love this so much after the fact.
Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Hi, Matt. What are your thoughts on Fillmore?
I need more.
Right?
Need more Fillmore.
Need more Fillmore.
ActRaiser's got, it's just such a good soundtrack. And I think my favorite part of that song, granted there's a lot of parts I like about it, but I just love that slap bass in the background. It's so groovy.
It really is. I mean, go ahead and start it back up because. And like it's the right, yeah, and then like that right there is where he kicks in with that slap bass, and it's just like,
And
just
for,
whoa.
for the people who can't see the box art, or if they want to look it up, on the box art it says "Great Order from Chaos," and I'm pretty sure that's what the song is doing too.
Oh, yeah. Basically, you play as God in this game, and imagine it's partially like SimCity, partially like action side-scroller. Because you basically are recreating the world as God, and you shoot yourself down to a location as like a night guy who clears the area, and then you build on the area after the fact. And this is the music for the first stage. And this whole game has good music, but this song in particular is one that I think everyone who likes video game music enjoys.
I'll agree.
It's a tasty one.
It is. That slap bass is crunchy. And I love the main rhythm too.
So we got a bass, we got an organ.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's I don't know how you describe that main, like a synth organ and slap bass. And here that slap bass is about to pop in again. This is just a song that, as I said before, every video game podcast I've ever listened to plays this song, but I mean for good reason. This is one of the best video game songs out there, I think. And I've been wanting to play this one for a while, but I left it out of my first field episode, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait for a free play and bust this one out.
I literally thought you were about to say, God, I can't wait to play bass. And I was like, what?
I mean, I would learn bass just to play this. Can't go wrong with that. Every time that bass drops and it pops back up right here, it's like Seinfeld groovy. I love it.
What's the deal with ActRaiser?
What's the deal with all the sacrifice?
Yeah, as we were talking about the box art, I love how it's just like the three pyramids and like the most gnarly lightning storm you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Ooh, there's pyramids on the box art.
Yeah.
This is Illuminati stuff going on now.
Made by Enix, by the way. Back when it wasn't Square Enix, it was just Enix.
Good old just Enix. I'm trying to sit here and think of like which journey I want to take you on.
Yeah, that's the problem with the free plays. It's so hard to do Follow Me because all of our songs are so different.
I'm not even worried about the Follow Me game on this episode, Derek.
No.
Matt already won.
Yeah. I don't know. I had Pictionary.
He had Godzilla though.
That's true. That one was grooving.
Could you imagine
if
Godzilla played Pictionary?
And Godzilla and Mothra are just like, we can't fight anymore. Let's play Pictionary.
That sounds like Order from Chaos, honestly.
It's just, it's like, it's a line. It's Ghidorah! 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 No, it's not!
It's a jackal.
It's a jackal. Jackal?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, all right. You're not ready for this one, Derek.
I'm probably not.
So my next song for this great episode of ours today is one of my favorite jams. And I remember when I found this game, I'm like, there's no way this game's going to be that fun. And then I lost like several hours of my life. All right. So the composer of this of my next track is Yu Miyake. We're going to take you on a journey through Katamari Damacy.
Hey.
The song
I'm excited.
is Katamari on the Rocks, which is the main theme of the game.
Ooh.
And it's the one that sticks with me the most.
Oh, I'm about to get down on this one.
This game has some great music.
It does for what the game like what you are introduced to for that game, and then you're like, really, and then you get the jam going, and you're just like, okay.
Okay. I can mess with this.
Okay.
I'm down. I can roll with this. So here we go with Katamari on the Rocks, the main theme of Katamari Damacy by Yue Miyake.
Do your best. Picnic 기분 feels so good. 素敵な afternoon. プラチナみんな yeah. 固めてゴロメス I love you いつでも smile for you. 君だけにラム Hey so 頑張らなくちゃ Compilationお揃いの T シャツ Hey 手編みのマフラーと Oh yeah ハートウォーミング目白押し
That's such a good song, Matt.
Well, hold on, Derek. I gotta go in for my evaluation with the king of all cosmos here. All right, big man. I just got done rolling this all this crap up. What can you tell me about it? All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's exactly what I thought. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Pops.
I was not expecting that. That was good.
That was good.
Brilliant.
That was well done. I love how. So, to anyone who hasn't played Katamari Damacy or any of the Katamari games, you're basically this little dude.
You're missing out.
Yeah, well, one, you're missing out. That's a good start. But
You're the prince.
Yeah, you're the prince of the cosmos, of the king of cosmos, and he sends you to Earth because, your dad did some stuff and he killed all the stars, apparently, because, that's what he does. But anyways, the objective of this game is you're this little guy. You're like the size of an eraser, basically. And
yeah, pretty much. You're the size of like one of those pink.
Yeah, one of those like
pink erasers.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And you've got a ball, and it's colorful, and apparently it's super sticky. And what he does is he rolls up this ball, and basically everything you touch gets stuck to the ball. And you roll things up, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you go from getting thumbtacks to eventually you're picking up people, and then eventually you're picking up buildings.
So since you've explained it like that, you just made me realize, explaining it like that, because the ball, when you get enough stuff on it, it gets bigger and bigger with all the other attachments that you run into.
Yeah.
How do you cover up the whole ball and then
have it still be sticky?
Yeah.
I think it's just the magic power of the ball. But I always wondered that too. I was like, how is it still sticky if everything is covered? But I think it's just the magic power of the ball.
It's the magic power of the ball. It's becoming so massive that it just has its own gravitational field.
Yeah. Because some levels you just, you start by rolling up thumbtacks and, you finish by, you're picking up, like, a little bit larger stuff.
Like
and then,
boat.
and some levels later in the game, you're picking up, like, continents.
Damn.
You're like, wow, I picked up all of Asia.
Then, like, the whole planet, and then the solar system.
Yeah, the game gets pretty crazy. It's super entertaining, though. And if this song...
And your time.
Oh, yeah, and your time, so... It's just like, go hard for, like, an hour. Have fun.
Oh yeah, and when you randomly find more of your cousins or your nieces, nephews, or cousins in the game too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different characters you can get, and you absorb them, and you're like, oh, now you can play as Jeff.
It's like, oh look, you picked up Bill. Hey Bill, there you are. I don't know why you were dancing in the strawberries, but all right, we'll get you out of there later.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of fun levels, themed to, like, you have to redo the constellation Cancer, so you have to pick up as many crabs as you can. The game's really charming. It's a lot of fun. And, I mean, the music. If the music doesn't speak for itself, if you weren't grooving during that, I don't know what we can play to make you groove.
We could always play stage 1 to Parappa the Rappa.
Oh, don't even get me started, man. Jump, no, punch, kick, it's all in the mind.
Listen to teacher, I'm sure you're fine. But yeah, we might have to get to that eventually. But yeah, Katamari on the Rocks is just, it's swing, it's grooving. It's kind of lyrical to a degree.
It's rap.
Yeah, it's fun though.
It's rap of the rapper.
Yeah. It's such a charming song and such a charming game. I suggest everyone check it out. It's fun. It's mindless fun.
It is. I mean, that's the entire game. Is just like, hey, you want to waste like 30 minutes to an hour?
Be this little eraser and pick up the whole world.
Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed that pick a lot, Matt.
Yeah, well played. I love that.
I do what I can.
Now I don't know. I'm consistently don't know what to follow up with. So Matt, thank you for that Katamari Damacy track. I enjoyed that a lot.
You're
I'm
quite
gonna-
welcome.
I'm gonna go even. I'm gonna go another song probably no one's ever heard of. I'm gonna play a song from a game called Supremacy, and the name of the song is Subtune. This is composed by Jerwin Tell, and I'll be honest, I don't know much about this game, but I know it has really good music. So let's just get into this.
Sounds good to me.
Bada bing, bada boom. Wow. For a song, hang on. For a song that came from a video game from the Commodore 64, which this is where the game Supremacy originated from, is the Commodore 64. That is amazing.
Right? You go on a journey on that song.
Oh my god, you do. Like, it's like a rocking jam, but at the same time it has like elements where it's just like, okay, we're gonna try and sneak in some spoopy sounds.
Yeah. I love also this opening that's never repeated in the whole song. It starts with this and you're like, okay, I like this song from this point. I'm already like, oh, this is a really good, like, opening riff here.
Because I was definitely getting like some
Yeah.
sci-fi vibes going
Oh yeah,
on.
oh yeah. This song has some real sci-fi vibes.
But I found my favorite thing while listening to it while we were on mute.
Yeah. The little
Yes.
I love that.
I'm so proud.
You know, I will say, it reminds me of back in our Overworlds episode when I decided to play the overworld theme for Fester's Quest.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a great episode.
God, like I wish I had saved that for this episode.
No, it was good in that one. And the Commodore 64, it is, I will admit, it's a console I never owned, and I've never played this game. And I have another song from a Commodore 64 that I've never played, but the music is just really good.
Yeah, it is. Like, it really is.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the part.
Because I shared this song with Dakota earlier today, but I never let it get past this part. I'm like, you can hear the rest of this on the episode.
That's my favorite part.
I love that. This whole song is just so, like... There's a huge playlist I have that I refer to music sometimes, and anytime this one comes on, I'm like, oh yeah, I love this one. What's your favorite part of this song, Matt? Other than everything.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. It's really hard for me to like center on one part that I'm just like, I like this one part more than the rest of it.
I like how it gets really like adventurous right here. Like Hero's Quest Adventure, and then it's like, nah, go back into the spooky sci-fi. This part right here reminds me of like that little burn. Kind of reminds me of like a Gauntlet almost.
Yeah.
And it's just that this build up right here.
Supremacy. We are going to rule the world.
I like that. It's good. Oh man, this is one of my favorites though. This is definitely a contender for top 10 of the year, I think, for me.
I'll agree with you on that.
It's just such a good one.
I'll agree that it's top 10 contender for the year.
Goes like, burn, 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 burn. I have so much fun with the song. It's one I never get tired of listening to.
I'm just blown away. Man, like,
It's insane.
I'm not that old. I mean, like, I'm close to my 30s, but I'm not, like, at my 30s. But just knowing, like, I know all the old video game systems and everything.
Just knowing that this was on the Commodore
Just
64.
knowing that, like, gems that I could have played in my life that I never got the chance to had amazing music and possibly an amazing game would be fantastic to know.
Yeah, and like that's
Yeah.
the kind of song that I'm like, how did the composer put that on that hard drive, like that hardware? Like, how did you get it to do that? Because that just sounds amazing. Jaron Toll, he did really good work.
The ball is in my court.
The ball's in your court. Will you reign for supremacy?
I told you had some good ones, Matt.
You did.
I'm not done.
So I'm gonna have to respond. I'm gonna have to respond to some of my own good ones then.
For the free play.
Free play.
Sorry,
Do you
go
remember the Do you remember the composer Barry Litch?
ahead. Unfortunately, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Well, you're gonna remember it now because I'm taking us back to the video game Spider the video game.
Oh yeah, I do think apologies for the first 3 episodes where we weren't actually naming the composers on those episodes. I do think that was before we started naming the composers, so I'm
That could
excited
be
for
why
more
you
Spider.
don't remember him.
Yeah, I'm excited for more Spider.
Spider.
We first heard the song as the very first pick on our very first episode.
It's true. So this the song that I picked from the game this time is called I believe it's the second stage. It's called Sinks on the Ceiling.
That's unique. That's a story right there.
It is. It is. So we'll go ahead and get right into this jam because you remember how the first one went. So get ready for stage 2. This is Sinks on the Ceiling from Spider the Video Game by Barry Litch. So there you go. How you like that one?
I was digging to that. At first, I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of plain, but good. And then about the 1 minute mark where it starts getting that B side, I was really grooving to it.
This song, like the soundtrack and the whole game, like every time the stage starts, you're just like, oh, okay. And then the B side hits on every single song, and you're just like, what is this?
Yeah, I remember the other Spider song you played. At first, I was like, yeah, this is all right. And then I was like, I said pretty much the same thing. As soon as it hit that B side, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
It's just so good. The music is so good in this game. And so like the level that this is on is so you're still in the laboratory and you're still trying to find your way out, and it's called Sinks on the Ceiling because this is the first episode, or not the first episode, this is the first stage where you can do it in the first stage a little bit, but this one it kind of like pushes you to do it a little bit more. Is like, you know, there's these sinks that are overfilling, and like, you know, it's death water. If you get into it, you die.
You know, as old school games do with the death
Oh
water.
yeah. I mean, it's not a true platformer if you don't have death water.
Yeah.
So anyway, in the stage, you're forced to use your webbing. So you'll actually be crawling up and be upside down, and then you can shoot and rappel down from where you're at.
That sounds really
And
cool.
you can actually use momentum to fling yourself to jump.
Man, I'm sad that I didn't get to play this game.
Same here.
Oh my god.
I'm more like this. All right, this song shocked me, but I'm also looking at the box art too, and this is tripping me out as well. Now you have to look it up if you're listening at home or on YouTube, but the ESRB for it is a K to A, which is kids to adults, but the box art is Spider the video game, and he's just got a knife and a shotgun gun.
Oh yeah, and I wanna interrupt you because as soon as this rhythm kicked in, it's just so good. This B-side right here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I literally hate both of you.
Is it because of music choice?
Yes and no.
It's because it's games you wish you played.
That. Anyways.
Oh yeah, no. So
the instrumentation of the song rules.
Right?
I don't know what they like. I don't know what kind of instrumentation they used for those kind of hollow almost guitar notes. I don't know what you'd call those. Little doom,
Yeah,
doom, doom.
they almost sound like hollow, almost like a percussion style, just like tubes.
Yeah. I don't know what you'd call that, but I really like the way it sounds. And then it gets back to this calm part, and you're like, okay, yeah, can you get back to that intense part again? Because I really like that.
And then you get that space whale sound effect.
Yeah. Just a little touch of the.
I love
Oh my god,
the synth work too.
Yeah.
it's real good. So Dakota, since you've never heard or played this game, I will also tell you that when you play through the game, let's say you have to pause at some point to do something, the music takes no break. It continues even through the pause menu.
That's my favorite kind of game, especially when you get to a song you're like, oh man, I really like this. I just gonna put the controller down and hope no enemies hit me. But I love when you can pause and the music still plays.
Yeah.
Thank you for another delightful spider track, Matt.
No, you're welcome. And as an additional side note there for you, Dakota, so that box art actually still does not do just full justice for the armaments you can equip that spider. All right, so you start out with a combat knife leg, and then
as you do,
and then you can find heat-seeking missiles, a boomerang, EMP grenades, body armor.
Was this made in Australia? Or?
I don't know.
This is an intense bioengineered spider.
Yeah, there is a shotgun leg.
Oh my god.
Oh, but thank you so much for another delightful spider track, Matt. And that being said, I have another delightful Commodore 64 track I'm going to be throwing at us. Game I've also never played, but well, I surprised you with Supremacy, so now I'm going to surprise you with Monty on the Run, the main theme, composed by Rob Hubbard.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into this.
Monty's on the run.
is like as soon as it got into like the chase scene
Oh yeah.
part of the music, I was just like, oh yeah, here we go. Here's the jam.
It's it's another jammin' Commodore 64 song that is way better than you expect.
For no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Oh,
No
yeah.
reason. It makes me think of like a sitcom comedy or like a rom-com like like a scene happening and this music playing could definitely be like in a movie.
Yeah, and then kind of like the box art here of just the mole like running away towards a cruise ship basically.
It is a mole in a blue tracksuit wearing like white penny loafers.
Yeah, and I love this opening right here. It's grating on the ears to be sure, but because you open with this, and the first time you hear it, you're like, oh, this is I'm not super into this. But then it goes into this, you're like, oh, okay.
I can't remember what game I was thinking of when this part popped up.
This part right here is kind of Supremacy-esque, but then it goes into this extra other beat that's completely different. And you're like, okay, and that's it. And then as soon as it gets into here, you're like, oh, okay, this is where we're going.
I'm pretty sure this is probably like Through the Fire and the Flames for the Commodore 64.
Yeah, you gotta imagine the Commodore 64 is like trying its best right here.
It's just like, you guys ready for my music? And you're like, okay, Commodore 64, what can you show us today? And then it's just like, oh god.
Rob Hubbard's like, I made this thing, and everyone's like, oh my god, yes.
So far away.
Again, the free plays was the perfect time to unveil these last two songs because, again, I've never played either of these games, but I've heard these songs before in my just quest to find good video game music, and I was like, it's time for these. It's time for me to bring these out. And this part right here is just so hectic. It's all over the place.
Truly
It is.
a hidden gem.
Yeah. I don't expect many people who have listened have ever heard this song before. And if they haven't, I hope they enjoyed it. I like this chase scene part, kind of. The song goes through like so many different adventures.
Run on Monty.
It's that part right there, just before the like, it's almost like the part where it's like, all right, Monty, we got you now, and it's just like,
This I don't know, I don't really know what the game's like, but the music kind of reminds me of like an old arcade game where you're kind of like running away from people. That's only what I can imagine it's like.
yeah.
It's just
So Monty's a mole, right?
yes.
How come there's so many characters with Monty Mole?
Yeah, actually, you make a good point because Monty Mole is a Mario enemy as well.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Unlike the ever popular Morocco mole from Secret Squirrel,
Yeah.
which in Morocco he's just known as Mole.
He's just Mole. Oh man, but yeah, that was Monty on the Run. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Like being like on a treadmill and be like, all right guys, we're gonna listen to music while you tread.
Oh Jesus.
Here's Money on the Run. All right, so we're gonna get right into my next one. Well, the problem is that I gotta figure out which one I want to play, and actually, I think I know which one. I think I know exactly which one I want to play.
Yeah, there's so many I want to play, and I'm like, well, I gotta balance out like these crazy ones and like just some of my favorite ones. So it's a tough call.
So I'm actually gonna follow up Spider the video game. Well, I'm going to play Spider Dance from Undertale.
Hey, This is This is probably actually my favorite song from Undertale, so I appreciate you. I like a lot of Undertale music. Spider Dance is definitely up there. You know what, Matt? I don't want to talk too much about Undertale because you still haven't played it. So
It's true. I still have not played that game, but God, I've listened to the music. So here we go. This is Spider Dance from Undertale by Toby Fox.
Thanks, Mr. Fox.
Thank you, Toby Fox, for an amazing game. I love Spider Dance. It's just
So do I.
It's so good.
It's the Spider Dance.
It's the Spider Dance. Now, is it as like crazy B-side as Spider the video game? In my opinion,
Not quite, but
not quite.
this is a
But-
song. This is one of those songs that I'm unable to sit still during. Like my like, I do the like bouncing like hit back and forth like walking thing that you mentioned one time. My hands are moving.
Yeah.
It's one that I just literally like. If I had headphones in this and I was like sitting my job, I would not. My body would like be unable to not move during it.
I would have punched 5 coworkers by now.
It's just like
3 more to go.
it's like I can't. I bounce to it. I'm all over the place. It's just one that I love so much.
It's a really good jam.
This is the kind of song that when you hear it in game, it like blows you away. The first time I experienced this, I was like, oh my god, I love everything about what's happening right now. Also hate it.
Yeah, God, just Toby Fox did like a fantastic job on the soundtrack for this game, and specifically doing different themes for everybody as well.
Yeah. I think that's what makes a game really good. That's what got me into the Toho series is just every character having their own like unique theme. Undertale did the exact same thing, and you know you encounter a new enemy, a new boss, a new NPC, really just a new person, because this game they're monsters, but they all have their own very unique personalities, and I love how they each have their own music too.
Yeah.
Monsters are people too.
Monsters are people too. Play Undertale. Monsters are people too. Also, again, to anyone out there, if you haven't seen anything about Undertale, play it yourself. Don't look it up. You will have someone. This is the kind of game you need to play blind as possible. So, I have a lot of different ways I could go with this. Okay, Matt. You played a song from Undertale where we mentioned, every boss, every creature has their own theme. I've played songs from DFO, the Korean MMO, or DNF, Dungeon Fighter Online. I'm going to play a song from that. Now, as I've mentioned before, every stage has their own theme, and every boss has their own theme. And there's about 300 songs I could pick from this game. They're all really good. I'm just going to play more as this podcast goes. But today I'm going to play the music for the Void Rift boss. The name of the song is The Aperture of Outer Dimensions. And this is The composer is kind of unknown, but the song was done by the Studio Doma. And again, this is DFO Void Rift Boss. That was a short loop, but what'd you think of that, Matt?
I mean, DFO's got really good music. I mean, for the type of game that it is, I mean, you want that constant driving,
The action.
heavy, that action because I mean that's the game. It's an action game.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's an action side scroll beat 'em up MMO basically.
Yeah.
But let's just get back into that.
Oh damn, that reminds me. I still got to get River City Girls.
We'll talk about that later. Anyways, you just explained an MMO in multiple genres that I never thought an MMO could be in.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
I love this rhythm though. It's right here. It's a really good one. This is one of the ones that when I heard it in game, I was like, I gotta go back and download the song because I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, because that game has so much music, it's
Yeah.
almost insane. So it's literally like as soon as you come across it in game, it's like you said, you're like, okay, I have to get this song now, or else I'm gonna forget what this is.
Yeah. There's a solid like at least 100 dungeons, and as I said, every single stage and every single boss has their own music. I don't know how this game has that, like, how the composer did that many things. Obviously, it's, a whole studio that worked on it, but there's so many that are good.
I'm gonna have to check out DFO probably after this podcast, to be honest.
Oh, it's a great game. It's one of my favorites. I played it a lot.
Yeah. All right, Derek. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring us back to one of my classics here.
Ooh, classic Matt.
Oh yeah, gotta keep it real. Gotta keep my rhythm going.
Is it Sonic the Hedgehog?
Nope,
Oh,
it's Okami.
yeah.
I love Okami music.
We're back at Okami, and the song I picked for this time is the Battle of Orochi 1. So the first time you come across Orochi.
My brother was actually telling me that after listening to all of your Okami songs, he decided to pick up this game himself. So you're doing the work, Matt.
I'm doing my job. I just need to do that with Spider. I got to start playing Spider songs more.
Let's hear this wonderful Okami song.
All right, so this is Battle of Orochi 1 from Okami by Ray Kondo. That was the first fight of Orochi.
I liked it. There's another good one for Okami.
Okami is such a good game, man, and so beautiful with the traditional Oriental music as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ray Kondo does a great job just bringing that Oriental feel to the music.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the flute that kicks in
Mm-hmm.
for the song. Just I mean, it's really quick when it kicks in, just like the few notes, just the ascending notes, but it just adds a little extra to the song.
Not gonna lie, because of video game music, I have way more respect for flute players now.
I could see that. Yeah, yeah. I love the nice flourishes that flutes can add to music. And this
There it was.
yeah, it's just a quick little flourish in the song. I love the drum
Yeah,
work in
'cause-
this one.
Yeah, because I mean that's like the main drive of this song is those drums.
That little.
But do you know if
Yeah.
they're taiko drums or if they're normal drums?
They do sound pretty taiko.
They are taikos.
Yeah. But yeah, I hear exactly what you're talking about that flute. It is in a very like a lot of Asian inspired music and things of that nature do often have that little kind of flute trill.
Yeah.
And I love it's a nice little just random dude scream. Why not? Throw some sumo in there real quick.
Hey,
Some sumo. To me, it kind of feels. I mean, yeah, it has that. I get what you're saying with the sumo, but like I like to think of like a kabuki almost.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Kabuki's probably closer to what they were going for. That little. I love the little.
Yeah.
It's a really good
And,
one. This is,
Yeah, compared to like the other boss fights that you've been in up until this point, this one this was like the first boss fight that kind of I'll say it actually took my breath away because of the way that it was done. Because Orochi is, for all intents and purposes, one boss, but he's technically 8 bosses in one.
yeah,
yeah.
because of the nature of Orochi. Also, I love when
Yeah.
the song does the thing where like it completely drops, like all sound, and you think it's over, and then it just kicks back in out of nowhere.
Yeah, it dies down and then you're like, oh god.
I'm awake.
Whoa, calm down. We're here. Everything's fine. But this game is just beautifully composed.
If people don't know about Okami, this game came out for the PlayStation 2,
Came out for a lot of things.
came out for the Wii, then it got remastered 3 or 4 times.
Many times.
Dang.
It's
Yep.
really good. There's a reason they keep
Yep.
it's on so many systems. And it sells very well. The game is beautiful.
There's actually also a sequel game that came out on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah,
Yes,
Okami
or
Den.
Okami Den.
Okami Den.
Little Okami.
Little Kami.
Oh, another wonderful Okami pick, Matt.
I do what I can.
Okay, Matt, you played us a song from one of your favorite games. I'm gonna go for another series that I played not last episode, but a few episodes ago on the character themes episode. I played
Okay.
a song from Advance Wars. I played you Olaf's theme, I believe.
Yep.
I'm gonna play another song from Advance Wars. I've mentioned I like pretty much all the music in this game. Every character's got a really good theme, and I would love to basically play all of those. But the one I'm gonna play next is specifically the Orange Star theme. This is kind of the theme for everyone in that whole nation, and it plays basically before some mission briefings, any important event to do with Orange Star. And this is specifically the version from Dual Strike for the DS. And this is composed
All right,
by
cool.
Yeah, this is composed by Yoshito Hirano. I've been bringing that groovy slap bass this episode.
Oh yeah, you have been.
How'd you enjoy that one?
I enjoyed that one a lot. Listening to the song reminded me of when we used to listen to Mario Paint remixes.
Yes, yes.
And
Oh my
I
God.
can literally, listening to this song, I'm like, okay, that's the dog note. There's the dog note again. Oh shit,
man.
multiple dogs.
Woof.
Or,
And
meow.
This song's got a lot of bass.
It does, yeah.
It
And-
does. It's got a lot of bass. Like for me, I like you said that it plays typically during like mission briefings and stuff like that. I feel like this is like a song that will play in like I don't know like an auto like a garage kind of thing. Like like all right, we're fixing up like tanks right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like let's have a conversation in the bay.
Yeah, pretty much. There's four different nations. Then basically there's Orange Star, Blue Moon, Yellow Comet, and Green Earth, and you go through the game and you know basically help liberate each country of the enemy. I don't know what to say. Basically the enemy
The
nation
tyrannical enemy overlords.
of Black Hole, and each nation has their own theme that they like go over while they're doing briefings, and when they're celebrating and talking about their victory. And this happens to be one of my favorites. Just I love the groove behind it. I love the general rhythm.
But what's also really nice too about this theme, because it's just the whole country itself. Every other country or every other nation's got their own theme as well. And I don't know if they're going to be in future episodes or not, but
Possibly.
people listening to them, the nations that we just described, you can go check out their themes. And if you already know the games, you can pretty much, the theme already has a feel for all the characters who live in that nation.
Yeah. Like Orange Star is full of a lot of like gung ho, high energy people, and so this song kind of fits pretty much everyone. And then, as I've mentioned before, every CO has their own theme too. So this Orange Star encompasses about I think 6 or 7 different COs, and all of those 7 have a personality that kind of fits this song in some way. That's a good observation.
Thanks, man. I try.
But I really love the rhythm to that song. It's one that just I like hearing.
All right, Derek. So I'm actually going to go for my next song. I'm going to go recent.
How recent?
How recent? I'm talking about November recent.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So I'm talking about the great. Well, in my opinion, I thought it was pretty great. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
There is so much good music on this game that I really enjoyed hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean every bit of music I came across in the game, I was just like, wow. Not only was I just like, they did a really good job capturing the essence of where that
The
music
region
came in.
Yeah.
Like the region. But so like the song that stood out probably the most to me was the battle theme for Chairman Rose.
That is a really good one, yeah.
It's a really good theme, and one I was not expecting at all.
I was really surprised when this one started. I was blown away by the gym leader theme. That's one I kind of wanted to play during this episode, but I think I'm gonna hold off. But just because I'm sure if anyone's heard this song or been on Facebook, they're aware of it, and my love for the song knows no bounds. But we'll get to that later. But the Chairman Rose theme,
Song
it's just so good. But
it really is.
The Chairman Rose theme, when it first started, I was just like, as you said, I was blown away. I was like not expecting this at all.
Especially from a man of his caliber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, let's go ahead and get into it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it afterwards. So this is Chairman Rose battle theme from Pokemon Sword and Shield. 2 composers for this one, Minako Adachi and Go Ichinose.
I gotta admit, the choir is so unnecessary, but it makes it so cool.
It's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, no, like as soon as that choir bit started into it, like I was thrown back to Sun and Moon when like Lusamine combined with the Ultra Beast and became like a boss, and I was just like, oh crap, like
Yeah. Also,
like that's the feeling I get from that, and it's just like I look at the chairman and I'm just like, this ain't you.
Also, I gotta restart that because you get into this fight and like as soon as this music played, I'm like, Jesus, am I fighting Chairman or am I fighting Satan? Like this overly intense organ choir hits, and you're just like, this is way too unnecessary. But I mean, it's really good.
But he's so nice.
It really
looking.
is.
I mean, he's got like this gentle expression, and he like this music comes in, and you're like, good lord.
I just want to save the world, but also destroy it at the same time because I don't know what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to save it.
It's like, look, there's an energy crisis. I have to kill the whole planet. Like, wait. Take it down a notch.
You get down to the basement, you run in there, you're like, Chairman, what did you do? Whoopsie.
Whoopsie, time to... And then this music plays, you're like, jeez, what's happening?
Fine
Right?
day
Like-
for being a chairman.
I love the choirs you're talking about. It's so over the top, and like, if you just played me this song and you're like, hey, this is from a video game. What video game do you think? I would never ever say Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Simulator 2.
Yeah, I would say, oh man, this is probably like some sort of final boss for like an epic RPG. Like, well, yeah, kinda.
You're kind of right.
Yeah, you're close. It's definitely an close to final boss for an RPG. You're like, oh, what's the RPG? Oh man, it's Pokemon.
What?
Like, what?
But I mean, like we said at the beginning of this, there's a lot of really good songs that came out of Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But to me, like this one just stood out the most.
Yeah, it's. Don't get me wrong. As I said, I really love the gym theme, but this one definitely does stand out among it because the gym theme you hear multiple times. It's composed really well, and we'll talk about that later if we'll play it on a later episode. But this only plays once in the whole game, and it's just such a surprise when it shows up.
Yeah.
This is actually my second favorite song in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I am at a loss of words right now because I don't remember my first one now.
Is it Piers' theme?
Because I'm hearing this one.
It's really good though. It's honestly really really good.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about
but-
it as though we're like surprised that it's in the game, but like I think it's genuinely amazing. It's just surprising that it's in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, and another callback to Sun and Moon from our battle themes episode is when I had my pick was for the Aether Foundation, just like the
Yeah.
regular Grunt battle theme, and it's like you listen to that and you're like, there's no way that's from a Pokemon game.
It was equally surprising, but I think nothing as intense as this Chairman Rose theme.
I just remembered.
Is it the Piers battle theme?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another really really good one.
That is. Okay, welcome to my town. Dynamaxing? That's for losers.
I've got my own gym leader theme.
Yeah. I don't got time to do that, so let's have a regular Pokemon battle. Like, what? No, that's boring, no. Like, it's like, I have
alright.
mad respect for you.
Yeah. This whole
It's just
game.
like, all right.
I mean, there's
You're ready to battle me, Piers? All right, yeah, sure, Piers. Where's your gym? Oh, we don't have one of those. Let's go to this dark alley.
Oh man, we'll have to talk more about the Piers battle theme and the gym battle theme when we play those, because I'm sure you'll hear those on later episodes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, man, I've actually got a good one to follow that up with. I've
Oh,
got
cool.
two good ones. The one I'm gonna go for is one that when this first pops up in the game, it's only in one sequence, and it is basically an alternate battle theme. And this is a song that every time I'm playing through this game, I just put down the controller and I let this song play. The song I'm talking about is from the game Chrono Cross. Specifically, the Magical Dreamers.
Oh.
Now, this song plays after you do a certain sequence. It's a long side quest to get this to happen, and you basically perform this giant concert to play a magical song that will awaken monsters so you can clear them out. And this song is consistently playing through the whole island as you go to clear out these monsters. And it's a long, like, you basically see the concert, you see this happen, and this music persists throughout the entire time. This is Chrono Cross, Magical Dreamers, The Wind, Stars, and Waves, composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. Man, I brought the groovy bass back in there.
That's what you've been up to all episode, Derek, is bringing that groovy bass into the game.
I really, really love this sequence when it plays in the game. As I said, you basically go through this whole concert, and it starts with this kind of for lack of a way of spoiling it too much, there's basically a magical person who's teaching him the guitar in the story of the song, not actually like in the game. And he starts by like kind of playing it, and then he plays it a little bit better, and then he plays it a little bit better, and it opens with this part right here, and they're all like, "There you go, and now you're doing it." And then you kind of play the magical version of it, and it busts into this, and it awakens the whole island, and then you get this song right here, for like a whole 20 minutes as you do like 10 different fights, and it basically replaces all of the music in the game. The menu music, the town music, the battle music. You just have this. And it's such a
That's
cool
awesome.
moment. Yeah, it's a really cool moment in the game.
It's super hard to get though.
Yeah, you do have to do a lot of things, and it's very unfortunate if you miss the... Because you basically told what to do, but if you like, oh, I'm going to go do that later, you can basically miss this whole part of the game, and it's very unfortunate if you do, because there's a lot of things tied to this event. The ultimate weapons, you'll never be able to forge them, you miss multiple characters' best moves, and multiple best magics in the game, so... Definitely don't miss this.
So sad.
Yeah, you miss a lot of stuff if you don't do the sequence. And an entire boss fight in the Black Dragon.
I'm gonna have to play this game again.
I love Chrono Cross. It's one of my favorite games. And there's that
Seriously good.
and there's that groovy bass coming back in. That boom boom boom. I love how it's just in the background. Like there's that main rhythm, but the groovy bass has got to pop in with that boom 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 boom.
It's got kind of like a fusion, like an India fusion, like...
Yeah, there is that kind of Indian, not a sitar, but like, I don't know what to call it. Is that sound right here?
Yeah, okay, good, me too.
Well, that's definitely not a sitar, I can tell you
No,
that.
that's not. I'm not saying. I don't know
It's
what to
a
call
flute.
it. It's
It's one of the wind instruments.
yeah. But yeah, I know exactly what you're trying to say. I apologize.
Hey, he knows.
Sitar. It's a sitar. Sitar. It's a sitar.
It's a jackal. Jackal?
It's definitely not a sitar. I apologize. I just couldn't think of the instrument, but I knew exactly what you were trying to say, and then I interrupted with the wrong instrument. I apologize there.
Everyone makes mistakes. Except me and Matt, Derek. Get on our level.
If I'm not sure, I just don't say it.
Yeah, I should probably adopt that. But I do love both the electric guitar and the bass guitar in the song a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that lead guitar though is really good.
Yeah. The as I was mentioning, the set piece is basically this person is learning this magical song, and he does a performance of the guitar, and that's why it's kind of like the lead to the music.
Hooray for Chrono Cross.
It's a really good game with a gigantic cast of characters that you can get in your party, and all really good music.
All right, Derek. My next song comes to us straight from Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, great music on this game.
And oh yeah, the song that I picked from that is a song that plays close to the beginning of the game. Actually, I want to say it's probably like the first big fight that you do. But the song is called "Tension Rising."
This is a good one. I really like this one a lot, actually.
Oh yeah, it's a really good battle theme, and I can't remember how many times they use it throughout the game, but I don't want to say they use it that often.
It's specifically for nobody bosses, I believe.
I think you're right. I know it's specifically for like the big nobody that you fight in the beginning. The Jungo Man.
This is my original character, Jungo Man.
Jungo Man.
Hi, I'm Jungo Man. But anyway, so Yoko Shimomura is the composer of the song, and this is Tension Rising from Kingdom Hearts 2.
after hearing that little ditty, you can definitely feel the tension is rising while the... Pretty sure it's all like you guys were saying, the nobody fights.
I totally like the sitar in that song. I was just kidding.
Hey, wait. Demexi has got a sitar, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
but,
Derek, you're right. I mean, not only is this isn't just dueling sitars. I mean, it's actually one guy playing two sitars at once.
the song is actually 12 sitars. That's how the entire song is composed. No, but I mean, this is a really good song, and I like how that little beginning part that's not repeated through the song, the and then it gets into the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it definitely feels like it's more like a chase scene
Yeah.
kind of feel.
I
Like,
think I think
this
that's
is
a good way
like
of
what-
describing it is a kind of a chase scene.
Yeah, like to me, this is like a song that will play on like one of those either Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or like Sonic games where it's just like, oh, you have to run towards the screen away from something.
I could totally see that actually.
God, those levels always mess with me, especially in Crash.
They're very tense. You definitely feel the tension rising when you're doing those kind of things.
Tension rising, Crash Bandicoot edition.
Yep, them forced moving
The boulder
side scroller
moving,
stages,
Yeah.
the boulder moving.
Kingdom Bandicoot 2.
I do really like pretty much all of Kingdom Hearts 2's soundtrack.
They did a really good job. I mean, sadly, I still actually haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, so I don't know what all is in that. But I played 2 quite a bit.
Yeah, same here actually.
I'm in the same boat as well.
Okay, Matt, for my final track, I'm gonna play some good old Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong.
But which one, though?
Specifically, Donkey Kong Country 3.
Whoa.
Now,
Oh.
a lot of people kind of, I personally think they underrate 3. Most people talk about 1 and 2 a lot, but 3 actually has some really good music in it too. I think it's because it's not composed by the same person. It's not done by David Wise. It's actually done by Eveline Fisher.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people, are all. I mean, don't get me wrong. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 have amazingly good music, but I think people really underrate 3, and I want to play a song that is one of my favorites from that. This is Rock Face Rumble.
Ooh.
From Donkey Kong Country 3, composed by Eveline Fisher.
It's about to get rocky.
Oh yeah.
Can we just listen to it for like 4 more times, and then we'll listen to Matt's next song 4 more times
Were
too?
you enjoying that?
Yeah.
I've been feeling the funk this episode, if you can tell.
Oh yeah, I mean that's got a good chill groove to it.
I just haven't gone down to the Donkey Kong country in a long time, so I'm just getting them vibes back, you know.
Oh yeah, I love me some Donkey Kong Country. The music in all of the games are really, really good. I love just like these real heavy drums in the song. Matt, what were you enjoying in particular about this song?
I mean, I was just letting the whole thing just like take me on a journey.
Right?
That's all we talk
Because
about.
I mean, who needs like I'll go on, take Spotify. Say you're on Spotify. Who needs those like lo-fi hip hop jams like chill to? Just all you need is Donkey Kong Country.
For real though. And Donkey Kong Country just has good music.
I take slight offense to that, but you're not wrong.
I love how the song
Yeah,
drops completely, just and then just picks that those drums pick back up.
You guys want to form a video game music acapella group?
I don't know if that would work. Quite as tempted.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Here, I'll be the snare.
I guess I'll have to have those groovy drums.
Derek, you get slap bass.
Yeah, I'll get the slap bass.
Yeah.
Also the sitar, obviously.
Sitar
I'll
for
do
life.
it.
Yeah, sitar bass.
Oh yeah. But man, Donkey Kong Country, just every song has really good music. And I'm always like saddened when people are like, Donkey Kong Country 3 is not as good as 1 and 2. Like, I think people look at it with like rose-colored glasses. They just are all about. I mean, don't get me wrong, Donkey Kong Country 2 has some of the best music in gaming. But I think people really
Sure.
like. I think people undersell Evelyn Fisher's job just because it's not David Wise, and it's upsetting. I think.
It is, because I mean, you can't just shut out a composer that takes over for like a new project for like the
Yeah.
next game in the series.
Yeah, that being said, Pokemon Shield and Sword and Shield is a great example of that because the lead sound designer, this was one of the first games that he basically didn't do solo. He kind of started bringing in new people, and he's kind of stepping down as the main designer for the game. And I think that's a great example because, I mean, we love the music in Pokemon Shield. We wouldn't dislike it just because it's not the same person.
No, I mean, and it goes to show you that they're making way for the next generation to get their music out.
Yeah, and I greatly enjoy the music for Donkey Kong Country 3 and the game itself too. Well, Matt, it's about that time in the episode.
It's the time where we're drawing the curtain.
We're
Bringing in the cat.
We're coming to a close.
Sleepy Time Junction.
We've been enjoying this free play. We've played a lot of really good songs this episode. A lot of contenders for top of the year, I think. It was nice to kind of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was nice to kind of just be able to play whatever we wanted. But next episode we are going to get back to a theme, and you'll have to see what that is when it comes out. I'm excited for what we're going to do. But we want to say thank you to everyone for listening.
Thank you guys so much.
Hey, thanks everyone for listening, and the people who actually showed support when I was on the last episode too. Thank you for listening and helping dudes out.
Yeah. Normally we say tell us your favorite, battle theme or town theme or castle theme. So since it's a free play, why doesn't everyone comment just one track that is your favorite track? If you can narrow it down to one, tell us what your favorite one is.
And if you can't, write 5.
Yeah, and tell us what your favorite of the episode is, too. Basically, just tell us video game music. We like hearing them.
Yeah, I mean, we're always more than welcome to hear some new songs, or even if it's a song that we've heard, we're not going to get tired of it.
Oh, no. And I'm sure we played some ones you've never heard this episode, so if there's one you really liked, let us know which one that was. So Matt, it's time for you to close out the episode. What's your final track of the day?
Well, Derek, my final track of the day, it comes from Castlevania.
Ooh.
It's a
But
favorite series of mine.
This is mine, and it wouldn't be right, even if on a free play, if I didn't have a song from a Castlevania game. So
handheld
I've
or
actually
console?
It's a good question.
handheld. Handheld.
I love
I
love the handheld Castlevania games. Personally, they're actually my favorite.
Yeah, well, I'll say it started as a handheld on the Nintendo 3DS, but then was later remastered and brought to the PS4, or not the PS4, I'm sorry, the PS3 on the PlayStation Network.
Okay.
And it is Castlevania Lords of Shadow, The Mirror of Fate.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I personally enjoyed the game because they did a callback to the old side, the classic side scroller platformer action. But the song from Mirror of Fate that I picked, what better way to end the credits and end the show on than Gabriel's Farewell?
Oh,
this is a good, and also how dare you? We finished the emotional songs, Matt.
Oh no, I mean this one really isn't that emotional, but I mean I guess it can be in a way.
Well, Matt, thank you for this farewell. Let's get into the next farewell.
Goodbye.
Toodles.
Auf Wiedersehen. So long. All right. So farewell, everyone. This is Gabriel's Farewell from Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate by Oscar Araujo.